Hello, welcome back to JJ's Baker House. So today I'm going to be making you my lovely brownie recipe. So with this one I'm going to go right back to basics. I'm going to get rid of my mixer and we are just going to use a regular bowl and a whisk. So this is how simple this recipe really is. Now I'm doing a larger tin, so the ingredients I'm giving you are for that larger tin. If you wanted the regular size 12 by 12 tin, I am going to put in the description box the ingredients for both of these, so you can really choose what size tin you want to use. But if I use the smaller one, they don't last at all because they're just eaten too quickly. So to begin with, I'm going to start with my sugar. So in here I've got 300 grams of caster sugar and 150 grams of light brown sugar. I like the light brown sugar because it gives it a lovely caramelly flavour. I really prefer that than just full on white. So I've also got 195 grams of melted butter here. It's unsalted. And also I've got 60 mils of oil, so that's going to go in as well. The oil just gives it that extra bit of moisture. So we're going to get this out, and we are a bit of elbow grease, which I don't like. Now just give this a good whisk around so it's all completely coated and covered. Brilliant. There we go. And now, and if I can do this, you can do this, because I've got the weakest arms in the world. So, here we go. Then I'm going to add to this, I've got 5 eggs. So, whoop, pop those in. Those slosh around. I'm beginning to think that maybe I didn't use a big enough bowl. But we'll work with it. Let me just break up my egg yolks. There, here we are, coming together nicely there. Make sure I put it all around the sides. Oh, I won't need to do a workout today. This is enough for me. And then I've also got a tablespoon of coffee, and that's been mixed with 3 tablespoons of previously boiled water. Make sure it's not hot when you put it in there because of the eggs. So it's all cooled. There we are. Beautiful. That coffee really brings the flavour of the chocolate out. It's so nice. You won't taste the coffee. It just does its job in there. There we are. You can see it's all come together really well there. And then it's time to ditch my whisk, because we are going to fold in the dry ingredients. So let me move that over there. It fell. So I have sifted here, I've got 150 grams of plain flour. I've also got 90 grams of cocoa powder and a pinch of salt, or half a teaspoon of salt. So in that goes. And then we're just going to use the old folding method. I say the old, most people do this. I think I'm just lazy. I use a mixer all the time. Move that out of your way. Takes that little bit longer, but I suppose it keeps the air in it. Right, I'm nearly there. And finally, I'm going to add in 225 grams of chocolate. So I use chocolate chips for this. You can use chunks. I use milk chocolate because I really don't like dark chocolate. But you can use dark chocolate, you can use white chocolate. Brownie is all about what you want to put in there. You could throw in some Rolos in there. There are so many different things you can do. So I'm going to pop in, I've halved mine. I've got some chocolate chips because they're going to melt quite quickly. And then for the white chocolate there, I've got some buttons. So I'm just going to put those in and then give that a final go round. So it's all lovely and distributed. Then we're going to put it into our tin and we're going to pop it into the oven, and that really was simple, wasn't it? And like I said, if I can manage without a mixer, you can manage without a mixer. So let's move all this out of the way. There we go. Grab my pan which I've got the parchment paper on the bottom. I've got a spring pan here. Now let's pour this in. Oh, there we go, do it on the side, you can see. Oh, lovely. There we go. Out of the way. There we are. Already looks so good. So, I'm going to pop this in the oven. Mine is a fan assisted. I'm putting it in on about 170 to 180, whatever you're usually happy with. If you're not overly sure, try with the lower temperature and then just cook it for that little bit longer. It's not as bad with the brownie. You can open the oven. It's not going to sink, so you're okay. I'm going to pop this in for about 35 minutes to begin with and see where I go. Now, if you want to, which I like to do, at around about 20 minutes, take it out the oven and give it a bang and it'll level it off a little bit. So I'll tell you, I'll come back to you when I take mine out and show you what I do. So I'll see you in a bit. It's been 20 minutes, so I am now going to take this out and give it a little bit of a bang. So hang on. Turn that off. Right. Still very, very wobbly. So I'm just going to hold it on the side and just give it a knock to even it all out around the outsides. Okay, and then I'm going to pop it back in for another 15 minutes and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's another 15 minutes it's been in, so I'm going to take it out now, have another look at it, and if it's not quite ready, give it another tap, so bear with me. Now it's still a little bit gooey and it's got a tiny bit of a wobble left to it. I'd say I'm going to give this another 5 minutes. I'm just going to bash it back in. This keeps it all one layer, so sometimes you can get that rise, but this is going to give it that lovely flat layer by just giving it a bit of a smash. So I'm going to put this back in for 5 minutes and then we're good to go. Oops. Right, so 5 minutes, and then all in all that has had 40 minutes to cook. Now obviously this is the larger size one. The smaller size one I would put it in for about half an hour. And checking it, do the 15-minute tap if you want it to be level, and then put it in again for, after 15 minutes, put it in for another 10 minutes and see how you go. So I'd say about 25 to 30 for the smaller size, this one around about 40. So as soon as my timer goes off, I'll be back to you. Right, okay, my timer's gone off. I'm happy to get it out now. So let's put them out there. Excellent. I don't have a wobble, so I'm just going to pop it there. Now this is where I have always gone wrong with a brownie, because I read it and I ignored it really. This has got to stay on the side cooling for a minimum of 2 hours. If you cut into it before that, it's going to look raw, it's going to collapse, it's not going to have the lovely, lovely look that you see on all those pictures. So don't be tempted. Leave it alone, pretend you didn't even make it. Go off, do whatever you need to do, but do not touch it for at least 2 hours. So long as you're good, I'll be back to you in 2 hours. Right then, my brownie has been on the side for 2 hours. Just take this palette knife and just make sure that it's completely away from all of my sides. There. Yep. And take this bit off. Lovely. Okay. How cool are we? I think we're good. Then we're going to take my knife and just loosen all the way around the sides there and tip it on to my board. Right then. So, moment of truth. Here we go. So I'm just going to take these edge bits off here, even though my kids love those corner bits. I'm just going to cut it here so you can see. So how big should we go? We go that big. Okay. All the way down there. Lovely. And then cut across this way. Oh, that's a large slice, but yum. And there we go. There we have it. There is our brownies. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, you can have those just like that. You could put some ganache over the top of it. Some drizzle would be absolutely lovely. For this one, I'm going to be using it to top some cupcakes. So I'm going to cut these into squares and use them for my cupcake decorations. You can see that video on my channel and it will be brownie topped cupcakes. So enjoy them like this, or have a look at my other recipe there and pop them on top of your cupcakes. So I hope you really enjoyed this brownie tutorial, and I hope you really enjoy these brownies, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.